Hello everyone. How is it going? Hi Twitch. Hello YouTube. Hope y'all are doing, well today. Yeah, I know why. San Salie at this hour. Chat, y'all get the special treat of 2 streams today, because we're gonna be kind of busy later in the week. So I'm doubling up on the content on weekends for when I'm busy during the weekdays. Yeah, some kind of like trade-off, I suppose. Hello, welcome on in everyone. Hello, Phoenix and Grass on Force. Hello, Macadamian. Hello, Bushin. Hello, SK Gaming. Hello, Sarah T. Welcome on in. Oh, actually, I need to update this. So in celebration of meeting the pre-order minimum, I will extend the pre-order period. So we have reached the pre-order minimums. If anybody wants to, hello Rex, welcome on in. If anyone is feeling generous, y'all can go on to Throne, and y'all can like donate a giveaway for the Field Center or the anniversary lunch. You're not doing Google Express checkout at the site it was going to send to your old address. Yeah, if y'all need to like update any info or stuff, y'all can contact me. Go on to what? We're going to extend the pre-orders for the period. I don't know what you mean by go on to what. But hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Go on to Throne, yeah. So Maple does this thing where people can give away like merch packages. So if you wanted to like sponsor like a giveaway to someone random in the community, or like either just the Field Center or the entire anniversary merch package, I have that on Throne. So I took that idea from her. We have a new tryout duel chat. Tonight a new tryout duel drops. Time Travel 2008. Was that a good time in Yugioh chat? Oh, thank you, Fushina. I hope it looks well. I think it will look good, hopefully. How long do we have on the duel pass? 18 days. So y'all know that I am no what's the word? I'm no stranger to hosting tournaments. Oh, thank you, Phoenix. Can you use your troll decks in the tournament? So this time around, I think it's going to be a Master Duel. It's always a Master Duel legal tournament. Hello, Nemnis. 1 whole year of Lobster. 1 whole year of Nemnis. Thank you, Nemnis. Congratulations on 1 year. Chat, shoutouts to Nemnis for letting us prototype the Field Center with them, for being our top donator from Lobster Week. Congratulations to all Questay friends for meeting the pre-order minimums. Now everybody can get the unrestricted version of the San Salie Premium Field Center. I'm not sure if we're going to ever restock after this first batch. I suppose if later down the line in the future there's interest, we'll restock. Hello, King Scorpio. Welcome on in. But I suppose my only questions I have for this round of tournament organizing is, the only questions I have this time around for this round of tournament organizing, I guess, would be like, wanting y'all to see like what an interesting prize would be. Because like since y'all have already supported the San Salie Field Centers, I'm not sure if it's like fair to have these as like the tournament prize. I know a lot of people would make this the tournament prize. I don't think that's like really fair to the people who are like supporting like the merchandising. Thank you for the double head pads. So I suppose if it's on Mastodon, like y'all wouldn't be opposed if it's like a Steam gift card for like gems or something, right? I think that's like fair. And come the summer for Lobster Week, since it's going to be... So, it's technically the 4th time we've celebrated Lobster Week, even though we've only been streaming for 3 years. Because Lobster Week falls on the half-year anniversary. So, every time y'all see Lobster Week, that's halfway through a year from when I had started streaming. So my first ever tournament I hosted had a 32 player turnout. I think it actually ended up being 34 because we got Tempest and Kevin in like last minute. I mean, Mr. Distinct Kevin. Anyway, Hello, Borkin. Yeah, I know. Early/late stream for you. Early stream for me. View-friendly timing. So normally I host tournaments on the weekends. I have occasionally host tournaments like in the evening on Friday evenings. I normally like to fire tournaments like in the mornings, Saturday or Sunday. The problem being is that the month of May has a lot of holidays. So there's like Mother's Day, there's a YCS the week right after. And then afterwards is Memorial Day weekend. Well, there's a big Alesso's tournament going on. So it's kind of hard to schedule it for this month. So if you were to schedule it this month, it would have to either be literally this coming Friday, which I worry might be too short notice for people. Or it wouldn't be until June, which I feel like is kind of late. So I wanted to get y'all's opinions on timing, potential pricing, etc. I know some of y'all just like enjoy the chance to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Basketball. Which y'all are real for that. Y'all are real for that. What are we playing today? It's been a little bit since we played Trap Twigs. Let's play some Trap Twigs. Let's edit some Trap Twigs. What is a good replacement for one of Maxi? Maybe like a second bottomless trap hole. What, do we have a third Daruma cannon? Bottomless trap hole or third Daruma cannon? Both are equally toxic. Oh, can you like overload? Yeah, time zones are definitely like a problem. I was also thinking Fuolos, but the thing is like, so Max C's like main synergy is that it's an insect. How's it going, beautiful maiden? Thank you, Camille. Oh my gosh, wait, Allie. Oh my god, wait, you're here. Okay, Allie. The Trap Twix deck is your deck. Maxi is at 1. Would you rather replace the 1 copy of Maxi with a Fuolos, a Pavulio? Or like, right now I'm going 1 on the Floodgate Trap Hole. So like, we have to go down 1 Maxi, so we're at 40 cards. The option is 2nd Floodgate Trap Hole, 3rd Daruma Cannon, Fuolos in place of... Oh my god, wait, this is the Trap Twix mirror. Holy. It's like the only thing we can hit with a trap card, so... Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so it's either like Trap Hole or like Fool. If you want Fool, we can do Fool. Either one's fine with me. Chat, it's the Trap Twix mirror and they don't know it. Man, chat, they opened on it. It never mattered. Holy. Shoes. They have a whack no camper. If it stays on the board, chat, that's gonna be a problem. Because then we can't sweep the back wall. Okay, pause. We do have a Discord. Thank you for supporting San Salie activity, Ali. I can't believe it's been like 3 years of San Salie. Where has time gone? Where has time gone? Okay, well, Talking about what's on your opponent's graveyard. I wish it was also your graveyard so that I could link off the Arachno Camper. And then turn off the effect of their Arachno Camper. The problem is, like, we can't use our Arachno Camper from hand as an extender. That's the problem. We have, like, fundamentally, the weaker opening hand into them 1 second. Time is leaving you behind. Okay. Do we banish the Pudica? Maybe? I feel like it's kind of a waste of a call by, but I guess it is better to just not give them extenders. Hello, Julio. Come on in. Wait, what? Unaffected? Wait, what? Is this not a normal trap? Oh, I understand. It's not a trap because it's the effect of Rafflesia. Ah. That is such an interesting ruling. Yeah, I guess we just lost in every universe then. Very unfortunate. That is an interesting ruling that we learned today, though. That makes sense. It's unaffected by the effects of the trap hole cards, but not unaffected by Rafflesia. True. Shoutouts to San Salie activities. Shoutouts to Lobster activities. 12, why not? It really doesn't matter. Yeah, pain. Pain, holy. Pain. So, since the pre-orders have been confirmed, I'm going to leave the period open for another, like, week or two for anybody who wants to get in on it. And estimated it's going to arrive and ship out, like, towards the end of July, is my estimate from what I've been told. We'll have to see based on, like... Yeah, I'm going to be very transparent with you. The United States has been Our government has been doing a lot of things regarding global trade. And not a lot of these decisions have been good decisions. So if it does get delayed, no, that is because of higher powers. Also, man, that means the Trapworks mirror is really rough, actually. It was especially rough because they opened Gravedigger's Trap Hole. If they didn't open Gravedigger's Trap Hole, we could have normal summoned Arachnocampa, and then on the Chain of the Rafflesia effect, used Arachnocampa from hand to summon itself. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Also, man, chat. They got another Arachnocampa in here. They have everything. They opened Pudica? We improved Pudica. They had Trapped Whip Gordon in here. So the answer to that is that I was born here. And so I don't sound like it. Some background on San Salie here. San Salie. So, my folks and I are Vietnamese. So when my family came here, they left at the height of the Vietnam War. So they were literally like... They were literally fleeing an active war zone. Yeah, sometimes your opponent, they clearly wanted it more. They clearly wanted it more. Now pause. They no longer have the Rafflesia. Does this mean we can break their board? Probably not, but... Okay, if this wasn't Ash Blossom, I'd say yeah, we could probably break their board. I'll hit him with the feather dust, I suppose. Anyway, so my folks were actively, like, fleeing a country directly being affected by the US. Ironically, the country you leave to be a refugee from, too, is a country that's actively... Anyway, so, when my folks came here, they came here in search of, like, a better life and better circumstances. And so, they've been here for quite some time, if y'all know when the war happened. And it's, like, sometimes hard to go back, because, like, so, no one actually, like, cares. No one actually cares, but, like, fundamentally... Also, they use Hoyu Tia's first effect, so that means, like, the second effect won't go off. Wait, what? Why can't... We don't want Typhon! Ah, shoes. Okay, well, I think we just lose, regardless, because we don't want Typhon. We would still lose because they can probably beat over Typhon next turn. But, like, technically the better thing to do in this situation would be to go Typhon. Probably bounce the Apatis, beat over Pingu, and then Praise. This deck is old, we don't have Typhon. Well, who would we even replace for Typhon? The extra deck is pretty darn tight, like... It's like, either drop the second copy of Rafflesia, or take out Malevolent Sin. And I think Malevolent Sin is, like, honestly a decent tech card. Like, I don't know if we have the space to put in Typhon. Yeah, Typhon unironically clears that. We just don't have Typhon in the deck. Because the deck is so old that when we first built this, Maxi was at 2 and Typhon wasn't in the game. Very unfortunate not having Typhon. Wait, no, it's a 14 card extra deck. We can fit Typhon. Let's go. Holy. No, I had no idea this was only a 14 card extra deck. Chat. Let's go. Yeah, so like, are we doing the second copy of, so we used to have 2 Maxi Alley. Are we doing second copy of Bottomless Trap Hole? Are we doing 4? Are we doing 3rd Daruma Cannon? Like, what are we running in place of the second Maxi here? Oh, Twami. I should add Chandra. Hello, Tawola. Thank you for the stream. Hello, Lucy. Welcome on. Boss out? What about Tindango? No. This is Trap Twix. Actually, is there a new, like, Trap Hole card? Are there any new and interesting, like, Trap Hole cards that maybe weren't around? I don't think they've added any new cards since then. Like, it doesn't hurt to look, chat. It doesn't hurt to look. It doesn't hurt to look, you know. It doesn't hurt to consider options. Is Trapaholic in this game? I think Trapaholic is in the game. Hello, Conio. A tournament? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when we'll host it. Because either I have to wait a month to host the tournament. What? I thought Trapaholic was in the game. Oh, Trapaholic. Trapaholic? The problem is, like, does Trap Tricks actually get 3, like, traps in Graveyard? Like, I'm not saying this isn't a good pick. I'm just saying realistically speaking. Like, yeah, that's the problem. Is, like, Trap Tricks actually doesn't, like, get as many traps into Grave as a lot of the other, like, trap decks, you know? We have, like, basically all the, like, quality Trap Twix cards. Yeah, Hualos or Cross Out. Does Trap Twix lose to Cross Out? I don't even know if Trap Twix loses the Cross Out, you know? Dominus Purge? Like, yeah, you could run, like, a Dominus card. Do we own any Dominus cards? We only own Impulse. I feel like that's not in our best interest because our extra deck plays around, like, a lot of other monsters. I think it is probably, like, a cross-out or a 4 angle. The problem is, like, at least Max C when it's in hand. So, like, in turns where we had Max C, the benefit of Max C is that it's an insect monster. So, like, it actually has a direct synergy with Trap Trick Garden. I guess technically it's still banish any monster. So you could just normal summon 4, banish it for Trap Whip. Is it worth it to run Exceed? Actually, wait. Does Ash Blossom stop Parallel Exceed? Because if Ash Blossom stops Parallel Exceed, then we should run Cross Out. Yeah, okay, yeah. I found the answer, chat. We're running Cross Out Designator. I think, like, to guarantee that the deck functions the way that it should, I think Cross Out's the better play then. Oh, hello. Forelli, thank you for the follow. So again, back to the tournament thing, as we continue to play Yugioh in the background, because we're discussing it. Like, is it more interesting for y'all to play for, like, Master Duel Gems? Or do y'all, like, enjoy, like, physical rewards for playing in tournament. The other thing with physical rewards is like I do have to factor in shipping. Because like a Steam gift card is like basically Master Duel Gems unless you play on like... What's the word? Unless you play on like Xbox or something, I suppose. So set back the whole trap for you, Sarah. Oh, hello, Petty Boo. Thank you for the follow. I guess Grave because... Go ping. We could go Mellow here, but I think just having the extended to make the raffle easier is probably the better way. Damn, this is a pretty solid end board, all things considered. Yeah, pretty solid end board for travelers, all things considered. But yeah, so give me your opinions on that, I suppose. Unfortunately, I don't think if we want the tournament as soon as possible, it's pretty last minute. It would have to be like literally this Friday. So I'm trying to get y'all's opinions on like timing. It would be Master Duel Standard Tournament. Whatever y'all feel like. Free entry. Let's just hit the hobby quickly, why not? Oh, hold on the Sarah. We have bottomless trap for just in case. Alright. Other than that, pretty straightforward. Y'all know how it is for tournament entries with me. Master Duel does all the stuff for the list. Y'all don't have to report, like, an exact deck list to me, though generally speaking, you know, generally speaking, like, on Honor, you're playing the same deck the entire, like, tournament through without adjustments. We're so good at the game, chat. Holy. They just knew, chat. They just knew. So I'll probably make like social announcements later this week that the pre-order periods are extended. Tournament? What type? It would be Master Duel Standard. It's like a celebratory tournament, free to enter, and the pricing is either like something physical or like a $25 Steam gift card. gather opinions on what my community in general would prefer for the pricing. And in terms of like when it would take place, it's either going to happen this coming Friday or it wouldn't happen until next month. So, trying to also field opinions on timing. Well, I'm not playing in the tournament, so I'm not the opponent. I'm the caster. So you can totally enter the tournament. Because I'm not the one playing, so you can't lose to me. You'll just lose to someone else. Or maybe you're just a really good duelist and you won't lose at all. Good morning, cool. Come on in. Right, huh? Okay, this might be like one of those, like, what's the word? Might be one of those, like, challenge accounts. Is there a Discord? I have a Discord and I'll ping y'all when the, Google Forms go live. Again, still trying to decide if it's going to be last minute notice this Friday or if it's going to be scheduled for next month so you'll have time to plan. What trap Twix monster do we want to add from deck hand? I guess Pudica for next one over. Don't think we have enough extenders right now to I don't think we have enough extenders right now to get lethal this turn. Maybe? We'll have to see. If I'm trying to get lethal this turn, we set whole Yugioh. Activate whole Yugioh. I think we'll just like short like a different trap with one stuff. I don't think we can get lethal this turn. We can definitely try, but I think we're going to be short like 1,000 damage. We can get Mirror Mellow to pop that back voice. Cosmic Cyclone. Alright, convenient. Adding a trap to here doesn't do anything. Again, I think we're gonna be like just short a little bit. With damage. Yeah, we're gonna be short like 2k. We go Pingu. We have to go Pingu after. Yeah. Well, actually... Oh, I think the difference of going Coloria to Apatis just isn't going to, like, make up the difference. So, it's what it is. I think we should be fine all the way. We could have maybe, like, floated something to reset the trap Twix whole night, you know? But we can go Rafflesia off these two. And then set whole Yugioh, set bottomless trap hole. So we can definitely end it next turn over. I know how I've been talking to y'all about the Genesis tournaments. The biggest problem for that is, like, making sure that, like, the sims properly, like, conducted. And I'm trying to find, like, a good sim that will make it easy for people to play. There's only, like, 3 options for simulators, unfortunately. And, like, y'all know my experience with one of the 3. So I've been trying to like revisit that to see if I can get it like working without issues, but I don't have like the strongest faith that it will go smoothly. Oh, hello, Yugioh Kuma. Welcome. Destroy all monsters on the field. Yeah, sure, this one. Oh, good thing we went into the referee. Oh, hello. Aditya, welcome on in. What is this doing? It's... Okay. Oh, we have the call by, so it didn't matter. If I wanted to, I could host like... We could host 2 tournaments. One like last minute, and then another one next month to give people more time to prepare. That's also like another option. Hello. Hello, welcome onion. That's also like another option. Is we could host multiple tournaments. I'm just not sure about like the one out and what opens first. Wow, we opened Maxi, that's evil. It's very evil, chat. Yeah, so again, I was fielding all his opinions and thoughts on it. We have Pillar Seed, so even if they ask this, we should be full. Yeah, I know, Lights Out even open votes. Crazy. See if they have an answer to Pillar. Now we can make Kingu. Effective Kingu. We can grab the Alamelis to protect our battle. Alright. Here comes the Ash Blossom. Also means we have Maxi for free next time. Evil. I'll grab Grave Diggers. Then we can set the bottomless trap hole off floating a Diamina. And now we'll just send on Waffleys. Pretty solid end board, pretty standard. The Traplex end board is like very straightforward. Oh, Isaac, thank you. I am very excited. I'm glad you all enjoy the merch ideas that I have. Hello, hello. Miesa. We do occasionally play the Traplex. I play over 40 unique decks, so... We have 30 of them built in Massive. I play a lot of different decks. So if you're like seeing random miscellaneous gameplay... Oh, welcome to hang out. Honestly, I just don't have enough time or materials to build every single deck. Otherwise, I think I know like over 100 unique decks by now. Maxi is the best card legal in Master. We're into. Would I ever consider selling signed field centers? So there's actually a signature on the back of the there's a foil signature on the back of the field center. But if you mean like me physically signing it, I could definitely do that. We probably should have used Sarah's effect, actually. To pop that back. Whoopsie. That's on me, Tad. That's on me. Clicking too fast. Clicking too fast. Excited for the new selection pack dropping on the 7th. It's a lot of good cards, honestly, coming to Macedon at any given time. Cards. Do you banish any card? Surely it banishes any card. Let's grab Boudica. You should be able to just get lethal. Should be able to just straight up get lethal from here. I don't know why I changed that to attack, but we did. And now we can float me a Mellow to pop the back. Which we should have done last turn, to be honest. Oh, okay, interesting. We'll grab Malevolent Sin. Malevolent Sin should be able to just straight up banish that card. And ah, there we go. You think Maxi should be banned because the Mochamis are more balanced? Yeah, I think after they added the Mochamis, they should have gone rid of Maxi. The only reason why Maxi is sticking around, I think, is because the Japanese players like Maxi. Happy birthday! It's not my birthday. Hello, Dolphins. Welcome on in. But I could consider doing signed field centers. Is that something that y'all would be interested in as like a tournament prize or something? I suppose. I don't know. Like here's the thing. I know a lot of people like to play tournaments, but not everybody likes to have San Salie much, and that's okay. I recognize that some of y'all just really like Yugioh. I like Yugioh too. So I'm always very back and forth on what tournament prizes should be. I don't know if I want a tortilla blanket. However, I do have the option for like anyone to give me something anonymously on phone, I suppose. You would definitely snag one. Like, that could just be more of a special request thing than it is like a... It could be like a special request thing. More than it is like a, what's the word? Does this only happen from deck or is it from hand? Like, oh, from your deck, man. And we can work with that. Very unfortunate to open both pills. We can work with it, chat. We can work with it. Just now it comes down to question is, do we want to leave the Arachno Camper there? Because normally Arachno Camper like protects our back, but we could just play around like Raffle Leash to Arachno Camper. So it's either like we go greedy and we go Pingu. And Pingu search Arachno Camper. And then we go off Arachno Camper to Rafflesia. Or we just go Rafflesia and we leave someone on board. I love to see. Technically, there's also Alameris float, I suppose, but I would rather just like Pingu grab the Arachno Camper. Also, we should have made Pingu with the Parallelic Seed so it's unaffected by the effect of Sideways Monsters. That's kind of like a very small oversight that actually can affect the game, chat. If you have Parallelic Seed, make your Pingu with the Parallelic Seed. Because Pingu's unaffected by the effects of monsters with the same type of the material. So sometimes it actually, like, it's real. It's a very real thing, chat. This comes up a lot, actually. Having her be Cyber's protected. So if we lose because of this, know that we've complained. But surely doing Maxi in the draw phase will end the duel, surely. They're calling for Ash Blossom to be banned? What? Oh, Alvin, welcome on. What do you mean people are asking for? What? Why would you ban Ash Blossom? What are these, branded players? Are branded players asking for Ash Blossom to get banned again? It's been proven that you don't need branded fusion to resolve to win. They're just upset that they don't get a free fusion summon. They have so much gas outside of branded fusion. The fact that it soaks Ash Blossom is honestly a boon for the deck. Because they can just add it back to hand later. Only A for that. Huh? We have Grave Diggers, so I think we can hold this. Huh. Interesting. Nice pendulum. This might be like a masochist. No, I think Ash Blossom is a very fair call. Oh my god, where I live. Oh, unaffected by other card effects? Oh, me can't read. Ash helps the player going first a lot more than the player going second in the current meta. Okay, so that's kind of the problem with, like... So, like, the reason why the Charmies are good, right? The Charmies are good. Because... like, there's actual, like, restrictions to them. Versus, like, if I go Maxi, right? There's no restriction of when I can play Maxi. So cards like Maxi directly benefit, like, the player going first. Charmies are more balanced. And, like, input being used from hand benefits the player going second. Ash Blossom and, like, the other hand traps are in a weird spot because, like, I think both players should still be allowed interaction. I don't think there's a good replacement for Ash Blossom. I will say that the card quality in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's improved so much that, like, Ash Blossom does not feel as impactful as it used to be. But, like, the flip side could just also be that, like... The flip side to that, chat, is just, in general, straight up. Sometimes you do find yourself in game states where, like, you do just lose to one Ash Blossom. And that does kind of suck. So it isn't, like, hard to properly balance stuff sometimes. I don't think there's, like, a really great solution regardless. What was the attack stat of the monster they saw? What was the defense stat? 0 defense. Oh, okay. we'll go Purika grab the garden. Yeah, like, I think the Mochamis were like a very good direction, you know? The Pollen Ash, regardless how well it interacts with the engine, is always going to be good against Mochami on that T. I feel like that's less of an Ash Blossom problem and like a game design problem. Because the pace of Yugioh has like gotten so fast. Because the pace of Yugioh has gotten so fast, like, it like creates a situation and game state in which like you need to be able to draw more cards as the player going second to compensate for how like good the modern card quality is. And there's no like great solution, I suppose. Which is like obviously like a game design like problem, like. And I don't know if there like is like proper like solutions, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know what is like the correct circumstance. I don't know what you can do to improve like the game. Unfortunately, with like how things currently stack up in the meta. And like, I know that sounds like kind of a cop-out answer, but like, the reality is that it's just extremely hard to like do. And that really sucks, you know. Oh shoot, you can only be insects or plant monsters. I guess we could just like Malevolent Sin finish disposal. Banish the other card and then beat into it. Should be fine. Like, there should be more than enough, right? Wait, pause, read. Should be fine, should be fine. Oh, I guess technically... Huh. No, it's unaffected, so it doesn't matter. You play decks that get really hurt by Ash, like, yeah, that does happen. Tindangle, hello. Unfortunately, we're not Tindangling right now, but surely one day we'll Tindangle. Sooner than later, mind you. Thank you. Opponent did absolutely nothing, so of course we got to make a good board. Of course we got to make a good board. And like, I'm not the world's greatest player, so obviously my opinion on like game design and game balance is like only so narrow. Now, I guess the flip side is like, because I play over 40 unique decks, like I know a lot of different gameplay patterns, and I can see how different hand traps affect different types of decks. Albeit the decks I play aren't very good, you know. Big Welcome Labyrinth gets negated by every hand trap this time. Yeah! Okay, this is true, but like... You do have to admit that Math Lab was like, still very, very strong with this. Man, if one of these was Trap Tip's whole Yugioh, this goes crazy. This is still like a good hand regardless. Like anything short of Ash Blossom, and this pretty much makes full board, you know. Well, I guess technically Dominant Symbols. Yeah, like even then, Trap Twix isn't that like hurt by this. Like, you just like set 2 pass. Like that's the thing is that modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks are so fast that like, so that Ash Blossom actually like, I guess essentially stopped my combo, right? But other decks would get Ash Blossom and they would just keep playing with regardless. Oh, Scrap, welcome on in. Yeah, there's a a little bit weak this day, but like, you all know that I play a lot of like, what's the word? You all know that I like to play a lot of rogue decks, so... Like, I personally don't play too much. Hello, Diskito. When the 20... I'm thinking of hosting 1 or 2 tournaments. I think one coming this Friday and potentially one next. Okay, before I click this, I need to check something really important. I believe this... Yeah, who did the targets? I think we fire this regardless, because we have Impulse. So we have the actual answer to Dragoon. Wait, no, we don't have the answer to Dragoon. Because I can't target! Ah, shoes. Alright. Alright. Okay, I read the one card right. I didn't read the other card right. The proper play was to wait for them to do something. Yeah, the proper way was to wait for them to do something. And I guess the info wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, a lot of like modern decks really don't care much about Ash Blossom, and that's like kind of the problem. Also, like I think we just lose out from here, but you know, it's rough out here. We can't make Typhon, so I guess it's just like, do we want to end this turn? Oh. Well, let's see if they let this go through, I suppose. The only out would be Zeus. Huh? Everything else target, yeah, I think all the other trapped was fun. Oh, Meaty, welcome on. Is Traptwix a big investment? Do I play Time Thief Redoer? I actually hate Time Thief Redoer. I actually hate Time Thief Redoer. It's one of my like least favorite generic Wing Force. No, we do not play Time Thief Redoer. We needed another chainable, like, backroll. We needed another chainable backroll that, like, wasn't info. Like, if that was, like, another Hoyu tier or something, then we go, like, Hoyu tier, see if they stop it with the Dragoon, then we flip the Woman Canyon. Oh, Putty Boy, how am I doing? Not too sad. All in all, it's like so chat. It's alright, it's alright. Lab always has new cards. Like, every time they add a trap card, chat, Lab always has something new. 2-2. I suppose this is an interesting situation. I think we can just break their board by going evenly matched, and then the entire trap twist combo. How do you join the tournament? I will be making a Google form. And I will be posting it up in the Discord. So that y'all can fill out the Google form. Still debating on when the tournament will be. I might host 2 tournaments. One this coming Friday, one next month. Trying to decide if we're only doing 1 tournament. Is it this coming Friday or next month? I feel like this coming Friday might be too late notice. That's my only concern. Castilla with Flu. Your least favorite deck is Castilla and Runic. So I don't mind when other people play Runic. I just personally would never play Runic if I could help it. Castilla cards, like, equally, I think, like... I don't think Castilla is that big of a deal. That's just me. I don't think Castilla is that bad, but keep in mind when Castilla came to Macedor, it didn't come with a Rise Heart. It was already pre-hit, you know? So that's like also something to consider. That my only experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When Macedor came out. So there's like a lot of historical metas in the TCG and OCG that I don't have a lot of experience with. That definitely colors other people's perceptions of those cards. I think it's also a little bit different too in Macedor, where Maxi was legal. So in a lot of game states where like they're doing all the Castilla stuff, at least you're also drawing additional cards if you opened Maxi. Back when Maxi was like at 3 in Macedor. So that you could at least try to play through the board that they set up with like breakers or extenders. Compared to like, you know, in the OCG and TCG where you kind of just have to deal with like the 6th card going second hand into the end board of all time, right? You hate it when you make all their monsters go to sleep. And like, if you think about like decks with similar playstyles to Castilla or like Runic, like people often compare like Sky Striker to a very similar like category. Some people would compare like what was it? A lot of people compare like Castilla and Tia, to be honest. So what do you do? This is a when? How many of these do something in the graveyard? What do the cartoon monsters do? If like, can we just go evenly matched? Like, I think we can just go evenly matched, right? Surely. I'm gonna fake call crossout designator. This insulates us from Ash Blossom, and then this also makes it so that they can't negate the effect of evenly matched. I know this like it sounds deranged, just let it happen. Because I really need evenly matched to resolve, and I know they still get 2 bodies after this because how the board resolves. But I really don't want them chaining off of the cartoon single with the Zaheen to stop the evenly matched. And if we still have to play through the Zaheen, I suppose that's fine. Like, I'll take that, I suppose. Like, at some point we would use crossout later in the turn anyways. The difference is, like, I just don't get to cross out Impulm. But we only run 2 hand traps, so it's either I cross out Impulm or I cross out Ash Blossom. You love chaining D-Shifter to their combos. You love playing against here, but you didn't like playing here. I have a lot of people who have, like, what's the word? Like, cited to me that they've really enjoyed, like older metas. So I know that, like, really didn't accomplish much, unfortunately. We can Purika effect chain block off Arachno Campo, and that's probably our best line. And then we have Parallel Seed that won't die to the Ash Blossom. Everyone playing the same exact deck over and over again. Like, I didn't play. Oh no, chat. Oh man. Chat, they banished the Parallel Seed. This is terrible. Very unfortunate the Parallel Seed is on top. Let's see. We could, no, Typhon doesn't do anything here. Yeah, so we have to go Pudica, Chain, or Whack, no cancel. Or at least try to. We'll see if they do anything with this game. Interesting. Honestly, that's fine. I can live with that. You're playing Infernoids? Oh, Shiku, welcome on, yeah. So yeah. Does anyone have any strong opinions on potential dates for tournament? If I host one this Friday, are y'all, as the kids say, like, rolling up? Do kids even say that still? I hope they banish Typhon. Just... Only they're playing Super Quant or Cosmos? Now, good thing we have two Revolution. Suppose. I play a little bit of Super Quantums. They're pretty good. Black Layer really gets them up to speed with modern decks. I'd say they're still not fast enough to keep up with stuff like Fortune, etc. I do say it gets a little bit better though, you know? They pick Kalari? That's crazy. Holy. Alright, let's try to trap Put in. Cool. Spectacular. That's crazy. Then we hold the effect of Sarah. I know the Zaheen comes back, but there's not a lot we can do. We could have maybe held on the Boudica effect, but... well, underneath Joe. We'll go whole UTF next turn, so we can try to summon another Boudica. And then banish the Zelly, maybe? One main phase 2. We could go access code token, try to pop their board. We don't have... In a perfect world, I'd like to go Pingu. In a perfect world, I'd like to go Pingu so that we could, like, get rid of their monster. Might have to be access code token pop their board though, which kind of sucks because we're like short the link too, so we'd have to make like another seller. We'll third option is like Rafflesia. Rafflesia into like Typhon? Typhon off of like the Boudica? Typhon balance one of their Bozo? Like that's also technically a line here. It's kind of a Bozo line, but like really don't have a lot of other good options. I don't know if it like particularly matters. Like, I don't know if bouncing like anything here was like a good idea, to be honest. Cheaters just care about winning this. I mean, they just connect when you win the coin flip. Yeah, like cheating in Master Duel was a little bit different. Like I know those people that can like manipulate like the timers. I'm changing this so the he can't stop. I really don't like doing this. Here's what it is. It's also on way clear after you ask them, Maxi. I mean, that's like the nature of any online game that's part of it. You can't really like control people's like reactions and stuff, you know. Some people really do like White Forest. I know White Forest as Amina was very popular. Blue has got a lot of really good support recently. If you can't play second, then you're bad at the game. Oh. I'm confused. Why didn't Rafflesia go through? Am I crazy? Huh. Can it not be destroyed? Is that what this is? Ah, other two. Okay, okay, I understand. Now I understand. Very unfortunate. I guess we should have gone with the bottomless trap hole to set it face. That's on me for like. Honestly, it's like the third time we played into Fortune. Kind of on me. You bricked with Dragon Maid? Well, like, that's part of, like, the game, isn't it? Part of the game is, like... Part of the game is, like, a little bit of, like, the mental battle. Like, there's a little bit more strategy to card games than just what's in your hand. You have to be able to, like, read your opponent, you have to consider, like, circumstances. Oh, can I not even target that one? That's crazy. Other tuners you control. Understood. Yeah, well, not much we can do, chat. Not much we can do. Like, it is just part of the game, chat. Like, what other people do really shouldn't affect you too much, in my opinion. I suppose if you like wanted to play the game more, but like that's like part of the what's it called? Like Macedon having like the online matchmaking is like part of the experience. And part of the appeal of Macedon is just being able to go and just find it. The appeal is being able to go and play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like at basically any time. That's like the appeal. Some people like the ability to like climb rank ladder and all that stuff, and I think that's good too, you know. I don't know if we have anything to like that board, unfortunately. So like it is what it is. Not everybody is going to have like a great experience, and like part of the experience is also being able to just like choose to like what's the word? Part of the experience is being able to choose to scoop the game, like you know, because there's so many games. That you could be playing. There's so many like potential players, right? It's like an appeal to that. We stop when the show is equal to Blue Eyes so we can have a Kaiba versus Yuki duel more often. Unfortunately, like the oh yeah, welcome on in. Thank you for the stream. Unfortunately, like a lot of like modern what's the word? Let's get Sarah so that when like one of the monsters comes back, we can try to do something. We're gonna try our best, chat, but like, what does that card do? Oh, really unfortunate. I suppose we could still make Typhon, but that really doesn't do anything. No, we already used Typhon. Very unfortunate, chat, very unfortunate. Ooh, we can get exact lethal. We can get exact lethal, chat. Look at us, chat. We're so good at now. I think if we had a different extender, we actually could have broke that board a little bit. I don't think it was like an unwinnable duel in the grand scheme of things. We just didn't have the cards at the time. Yeah, so, again, fielding your thoughts and opinions. I suppose, let's see, how long have we been live? We've been live for like an hour and a half. Chat, you'll have 30 minutes. You'll have 30 minutes to express your, like, interest in times for the tournament. Before I just decide the times and y'all just see if you can make it out. Okay, cool. And we'll set the whole Yugioh. We have evenly matched. Then who do we want in rotation? This is not terrible to get like Miamello into rotation. I also appreciate that like Miamello's effect activates like regardless. It seems like a very minor thing, but the fact that like the effect will activate even though there's no back row means that it always triggers Sarah's effect. Though we probably should detach the whole Yugioh. Then we have no back row, unfortunately. But I think it'll be alright. Oh, hello, Fox. Thank you for the follow. Surely it'll be fine. We have Maxi chat. Surely Maxi will never lose us a duel. I'm also really impressed at how much we're opening the one of Maxi. Wooly? What's Wooly? I don't know if I really have a particular interest in the cartoon playstyle. Like, I think it's fine. Yeah, expeditiously, I'm going to say no to DP. Oh yeah, I know where Felicia access back row, but like having another instinct contact, having another like trigger for Sarah is kind of important. Okay, Elemental Heal will take Thunder. I don't know. Chat, y'all know my opinion on heroes. I think if they're the type of heroes player that makes, like, wake up your elemental hero, I think it's cute or something. I think that's fine. But I think if you are, like, the kind of heroes player that goes, like... if you're, like, a Dark Law Pass type of person... Dark Law Pass make DPE. I'm gonna side eye you. There's two different types of heroes players. Huh? There's the heroes players that go Dark Law Pass, and then the heroes players who are like, I make wake up my elemental hero because heroes are cool. Now you can both consider yourselves heroes players. I just judge and then like respect the other. I judge some. I respect the others. I'm not trying to disagree. Like, the Vesson board really has been Dark Law Pass for, like, the past 10 years. Now you can even make the Dark Law on that, like, your opponent's turn. But, like, it's just not pushing for me. Alright, interesting. Oh, Ash wants some. This is why I like to make Pingu. Pingu does so much, chat. Pingu does so much. Yeah, we'll try to pop that back. Alright, yeah, we should just straight up have lethal function. No, banish and then eat their Vion. We're off by 300. We need like one more. We need one more. We can summon the Ash Blossom and then we can banish the Ash Blossom. There's a lot of different lines to do this. I'm just trying to make this faster. Let's just hope they don't have Spirit of Needs. Oh, wonderful. There we go. There we go. You played against someone that did Dark Law. Yeah, Dark Law DP. Like, that's the hero's endboard of all time. It's the hero's endboard of all time. I'm not hearing opinions on the dates. So it sounds like y'all just want me to set dates for these tournaments and to just host them. It sounds like no one cares about what the pricing is and no one cares when it happens. Y'all just want to play Master Duel, and that's crazy. I suppose more power to y'all. Like, I should have honestly no complaints. I just like giving y'all the concept of expressing your opinions. So if no one has any strong opinions, I'm just gonna do whatever. You like the normal summon Ash Blossom? Oh, hello, welcome in, Crazy Chef. We're doing alright. I'm doing some very one-sided tournament organizing, which is honestly more convenient for me, so. If it works out that way for everybody, everyone wins. Yippee! Normal summon hand trap. We already have a Arachno Camp in hand. Does it particularly matter who we add? No. It's also added Diamir for like the follow-up. Now I get to go pick. Even Pingu adds something here, like, really doesn't do much. It does proc the effect of Sarah, and sometimes that's all you need. I guess we have, like, really good follow-up for the next turn, you know? We have very good follow-up for the next turn, Sarah really do be. Like, she is the entirety of the engine. I think they did actually, like, surprisingly really well with the design. Y'all can have your opinions. Y'all can have your opinions. I think they did really well on the design. For Trap Twix. Like, I think the deck actually, like, plays very well within itself. I don't think the deck is, like, overly powerful either. I think it's, like, a really fair deck. It gets definitely annoying for people who, like, can't play around the back or hate. But I think all in all, it's, like, a very fair deck. Especially compared to, like, the modern pace of play. I think probably when they first came out, they maybe seemed kind of strong to a lot of people. I think compared to a lot of modern decks, like, you know, in the age of, like, Lysia, Malleus, Snake Eye, all that kind of stuff, Fiend's Mill. It's really, like, fair. Let's grab a machine monster. I guess we can only grab this one. Not that I like particularly nice, but... let's see. We can't use this floodgate to have all this done. Yeah. Okay, cool. They can't read. Sick. Very cool, very cool. Does Gravediggers trap hole effect stuff in Graveyard? Ah, it does. Alright. Spectacular. Wonderful news, chat. Wonderful. From Hero to Cyber Dragon, when did I join the Duel Academy? I didn't stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Till Master Duel came out, so... I don't know why we're getting such GX matchups. This is a very important question, chat. What are we going to play next, chat? What is from the GX era? What are we going to play next? By the time I started, like, actively playing Yu-Gi-Oh! They already had me. We got Kaiju? That's crazy. Honestly. Sure. Crystal beads. We've done a couple of stuff with crystal beads before. Clockwork Knight. Oh. Oh. Chat, we actually pulled that card recently from the Rarity 5 collection. Ah, it's a win. Huh? Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I think we should be able to break through that part. So it's not the end of the world. We're late. I guess we should have saved Yugioh. Should be alright though. Let's see what they got, chat. Let's see what they got. Cooked? We're not cooked. We'll be fine. The fact that we only have to do like 6,000 damage, surely it'll be fine. Easy town. It's just that simple. Oh. It didn't occur to me that we could, like, bring back other monsters. Super Polly. Oh, jeez. Oh, chat, we get to use Floodgate Trap Hole. Dynamorphia might be a fun deck. I guess if you like playing, like, traps. Oh no, we missed the timing on when. Oh, shoot. Opponent cannot target this with card effects. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. Let's see. What do we have? We have Typhon still, actually. We could just Typhon, like, bounce this. Yeah, let's go off it. We have a line to 6,000 damage through this card. Is access code talking? Can we get to access code talking from here? I think we're short one body. I think we're short one body and we already went to Kingu. Can't talk. No, you're fine. Just thinking, is it better to go, like, link into Puraria Typhon or... Because I could also just, like, make Zeus, but that feels like kind of a waste. It also feels like kind of a waste if we can't get Hoyutia into play. And I don't want to use the second Scylla. Like, we do less damage this way, and we waste the, like, Kularia, but... I think this is actually the better line, is unironically making the Typhon downstairs also. And then I believe Gravedigger's Trap Hole? Is it a... Oh, a monster effect? Okay, so Gravediggers won't do anything difficult for this. Like, I know this is kind of weird line-wise, but just trust the process. Yeah, this is like our best line. Oh, excellent game. Oh, come on. I don't think I have a winning play. Because we already used Whole Utia's effect. If we had, like, a different Whole Utia, or, like, if we had a Whole Utia in Grave, I think we could have made access code Vulcan. Am I okay with that? Are you naturally a machine? You're a fiend. I might just fire this now. This feels kind of sucky, but I think it's just better not to give them access to a full machine board. Because what if they run like a second Chimera test? You know? Also, that probably should have been set for Yugioh, to be honest. Alright, there we go, chat. Now we can just clear up the board nice and simple. Put this in, banish it face down, and yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. Like, Practice has a lot of, like, it's very much a toolbox deck. Despite, like, people feeling like it's, like, stun, which I suppose, like, trap decks feel like stun. I feel like trap decks can be stunned. You do just have decks that go like solemn, skill drain. I think trap decks at least is like a lot more toolbox. And you do have to actually properly layer your interactions. But I'd like to say of all the decks that like lean towards that archetype, at least Trap Twix, in my opinion, like shows a bit of like skill expression, you know? Spoder to the face, yeah, Spoder to the face. Like, I'd like to think that, like, of all the decks that people have issues with trap-wise, like, people don't like Labyrinth, but you do have to admit that, like, lab players at least have to, like, have actual skill. Like, if you play Math Lab, like, you have to actually know what you're doing. If you play Trap Twix, to keep up with, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, you have to actually, like, know what you're doing for the most part, like, no problem, like, there's a much different, like, you know, yeah, more cyber dragons. Canine. So here's the problem, chat. Evenly Match is a card that we activate from hand. Canine is a card that we activate from hand. So today's agenda, chat. I will we'll throw on Duel Live after this duel, and then I will set up the Google Forms for signups. I'll host the tournament this coming Friday, and if there was a lot of vested interest, we'll host another tournament next month. I think that's a good like in between. Chat, we respect women in this channel. Can evenly match get negated? I don't know the K9 end board well enough. Does Werewolf negate? Does Werewolf negate? Plus. Oh, we'll have to see. They made Whipper. Monster. Okay, so Werewolf can't stop evenly matched. They just banish. One card. They get to banish Puraka till end phase. So if we don't draw another Trap Twix monster, we might just lose. However, that means they have to, like, get to Werewolf. So I think with this board, we're free to, like, actually just go evenly matched. So we'll see what happens. Because, like, we're going to basically imp whatever they leave on the board, you know? That's kind of the plan. That's kind of the thought process. Canine Hound. What does Hound do? Okay, I guess they get to like... It all comes down to if they have Ash Blossom, I suppose. We have crossed out Designator, so I think we should be alright. I don't know what else they have, though. That's the other thing. We have activated card effects from, like, hand, so... The other issue is, like, we don't have any extenders. We don't have any extenders. Can we, like, double Sarah? Is that possible? No. Banishing the Valon here doesn't do anything. We could attempt to bounce the Valon, but I don't think that's the play. Bye-bye, Mazza. Fortunately, we just don't have, like, anything. If we had any other, like, monster. We don't have access to whole UT. We don't have, like... I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to, like, Typhon. It might be, unironically. You're probably wondering, San, why are you, like, making Sarah here? So that I can get Sarah into Grave. I think we hold what's up. So we get Sarah into Grave so that any monster we get next turn we can banish summon her off crap with Bloodline. Just in case we need her. They still have a normal summon. So there's not much we can do about that, but... We have the trap. The trap is trap for Nightmare. Which hopefully whatever they summon does something, so we can destroy it. If not, this all really comes down to what we thought. But yeah, 2 streams planned today. There's this one where we plan the tournament. And we'll have another one later where we just have general yapping. Oh, I can't use its effect. Oh. Maybe I can use it. Send all of the cards you control to the graveyard. What? I'm kind of confused on that line, but alright. Interesting. I am planning a tournament. I've been trying to discuss it with chat, but no one wants to put in inputs. No, I'm not slacking. What did you miss tournament discussion-wise? Hello, Killer. We're hosting a Macedor tournament. I've been trying to get chat's opinions on what to do for pricing and when to run the tournament. If we want it as soon as possible, I can do this Friday. If not this Friday, I won't be able to host it until next month. I don't know what they're doing. So I've been trying to get chat's opinions on that. I've been collecting people into the Discord. The playing trap today. I was trying to get people's opinions on if they would value, since this is a Macedor tournament, would people value like Steam gift cards more as pricing or like physical merchandise? So I know not everybody like plays the physical TCG. So why would you need San Salie merchandise? Well, like, so here's the thing, Killa. I'm actually not like, what's the word? I'm actually like really used to hosting tournaments. Like, especially with Macedor. Macedor makes it like super easy. I'm not playing, by the way. This is a dual lie. My first ever Macedor tournament I hosted 3 years ago had over 32 players coming out. And that was all just self-organized by me. Definitely Nitro is pricing. Goodness me. So like they're always like free to enter. Give it a month so people can set up. So like here's the thing. We also have the option for me to host a tournament this Friday. And then another one next month. So like it could just be whoever shows up this week shows up. And then whoever can't make it, it can show up next time. And then it allows me to offer 2 different time slots. Because I can do one Friday evening. And then next month I can do one like Saturday morning. Because not everybody can do like time zones for tournaments. So like I'm always really limited as like whatever I want to make like the pricing to be really. If it's like a budget thing. There's nothing to say that I can't just host tournaments for the sake of hosting a tournament. I suppose. But that does like take the time for me to host a tournament. Like the general setup is actually not that difficult. I have like a Google form sign up. And I just keep reusing like the same form. Because we set that up like 3 years ago. So despite what like it may seem, I actually have a decent amount of experience in tournament organizing. And I choose the format. I normally just do standard Master Duel like regulations. And we actually rarely have issues in my community at least, like people like playing overly toxic decks. Like the most high-powered stuff we've seen in our tournaments is like Math Mech, branded like Dogmatica, and like going second Gem Knights. Which chat, you're about to head into some ad. Like fundamentally, like I've never personally had that many issues with people feeling like the tournament experience is really unfun. Except for maybe when it's like, I usually do best of 1 double even. Has been kind of where I found to be like decent enough. No, people can play whatever they want. But generally speaking, because I play a lot of rogue decks, a lot of people that come out to play tend to play their favorite deck. So, it really comes down to the play. Think about it this way, like, if you know everybody else is going to be playing, like, you know, like, Boso decks, like, why would you play, like, a high power deck? Which, like, you know what? Good idea. How about the tournament for this Friday is in celebration of the Field Center minimum. And then sometime in May, we have Ori finally teach me how to play Math Net. And then the tournament next month can be for the next Builder deck redeem. No problem, Poopies. You're fine. I think that's a good middle ground, chat. So we'll have 2 tournaments. One for, like, general pricing. And then one next month for, like, the whole Builder deck concept. It's been a hot minute since we had one of those. So... And this forces me to finally learn Math Net with Ollie, which will be, like... I think it's, like, the 45th deck I'll learn how to play. Maybe 46th? I would have to, like, recount. Like, if I really wanted to, we could build, like, really bad decks and, like, learn how to play even more decks. But, like, I'm not trying to, like, collect decks that I know how to play, like, some kind of badge. I just play stuff that, like, either y'all recommend to me via, like, redeem/tournament pricing. Or, like, stuff that I find relatively interesting. So that might be a good idea is we host a tournament this Friday, like a general one. And then the Builder deck tournament, I give everyone a month. Because for the people who don't play Master Duel, a month is a decent enough amount of time for them to build a deck they want me to play. So how the San Salie, like, deck building tournaments work is the winning deck list is the deck I build in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So it highly encourages players to actually play, like, non-meta decks. Like, if someone genuinely wants me to learn a meta deck, fine, I'll build it. But you better win the tournament with it. So if someone wants me to, like, play their favorite deck, you know, it encourages them to play their favorite deck. So that's why I feel like the tournaments that I end up hosting usually don't shake down to be something that's, like, completely unenjoyable. Because, like, generally speaking, everybody's playing the decks that they enjoy. And, like, if someone wants to win the tournament by playing meta, sure, like, I guess, you know, you can do that, I suppose. Just know that you'll look like a bozo in front of everyone else, you know? This is a scenario where being fully committed to the physical card game takes you over, but you'd be happy to watch. Like, so the biggest problem of, like, trying to do tournament organizing with remote play, Kira, is that, like, I just don't have the resources to properly facilitate a remote play tournament. That requires me to have, like, real judges, unfortunately. Like, I suppose we could use, like, a different simulator? But I don't even know if, like, people who play, like, paper like to use, like, dueling book and stuff. Some people just, like, prefer to physically play with the cards. And some people don't like to use unofficial, like, ways to play the game. So, it's like, unfortunately, like, I am a Master Duel player, you know, like, at heart. I think maybe one day, if we get more popular, we could consider, like, remote duel tournaments. It's just very difficult to facilitate, because that requires me to, like, find judges. That requires me to find judges and have them available for, like, the tournament. Because, like, I'm not a judge. I don't think I would ever be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Judge. I don't play paper. And, like, there's reasons why I can't physically, like, enter, like, major Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments, you know? Master Duel is, like, definitely, like, where I make my content, where I hang out. Like, we like talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Regardless. Like, y'all know I play physical. Ooh, exactly. Ooh. Y'all know that I like talking about, like, stuff like this. Y'all know that I enjoy, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! In all of its, like, different encompassing ways. And even though I don't physically, like, interact very much with the TCG, it's still a format that I find, like, very interesting. Yeah, so, like, think about it this way, Kira. You probably can't make it for the Friday one, but you can probably make it for the one I host next month. Because, like, a month gives you plenty of time to, like... There's, like, master duel guides on how to, like, speedrun the, like, missions to get you the most possible crafting materials. So that you can probably build, like, the deck that you want to play. Not to mention, like, master duel is always hosting, like, events and stuff for you to, like, pick up additional things, so... I think, like, it'll give you a decent amount of time. Like, a month should be enough time for someone to finish completing one deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I think. So I think that's a good compromise. Let me go pull up the Yugioh Google documents right now. We'll go make the form. We'll go make the tournament sign-up form so y'all can start signing up for the tournament. Is any a crafted master duel? Not yet. I think that's like one of those decks that I would genuinely volunteer to make myself. For the longest time, I couldn't really craft decks for myself because to keep up with the amount of build a deck redeems and the amount of materials required for the various amount of rogue decks that I play, suggested by chat, I usually don't get to build decks that I want to play myself. Which is all right, like, I already have Tendengu, so I don't really need anything else in the grand scheme of things. So let's see. Let me go and duplicate a Google form. So, very last minute, this will be on May 8th at, like, 6 p.m.? 6 p.m. PST? Like, I know that's kind of late for some East Coast people, but I think that's, like, the bit. That's, like, the earliest I can probably do. Like, check in at, like, 5:30. Stream start, check in at 5:30. Let me finish setting up the, Let me finish setting up this document. This, Google form. And then I'll ping y'all, this one, I will unanimously decide. This one is for a Steam gift card. I guess. I suppose. Ooh. How about a Steam gift card and a signed San Salie canvas poster? I think that's a pretty good one. A signed San Salie canvas poster. I think that's solid. That's something I could reasonably nail. There we go. Signed canvas print poster. What is with all this Sidra? Is this the thing, K9 Sidra? Is this popular now? Goodness me. Goodness me. And then we'll have signups cut off at like 5:45. So 15 minutes after stream starts is the cutoff. Let me see. So this is a single elimination in Master Duel or double elim. Double elim best of one format until finals. So finals is a best of 3, semis and everything else best of 1. No decklist submissions are required because Master Duel will handle it. You can declare the archetype you're playing if you want for casting purposes. You can also name your deck if you want. There'll be a 5-minute grace period for any latecomers to their duels. You're only allowed to play one deck. Hello, it said okay, but thank you for the follow. So with typing, so all my stuff is like going off. Okay. Continuing on the process of setting up the tournament organizing. You get a canvas point and a special role in the Discord. So this is the San Salie 3rd Anniversary Celebration Tournament happening on May 8th. I don't know if we've held an anniversary tournament before, but cool. Okay, let me go ahead and double check all this information and we will... There is no cap to how many players, check-in is at 5:30 p.m. and closes at 5:55 p.m. I think that is pretty standard. I think that is all the information we need. Master Duel tournaments are incredibly easy to host, in my opinion. You host weekly tournaments and you're looking for new participants. I don't host tournaments too often. When they do happen, they're like maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I've hosted tournament circuits for other TCGs where like we played like twice a week. It's kind of a lot to keep. I'm never playing in the tournaments. I'm usually hosting and casting now. How mid your Yugioh playing? No, I'm sure you're a good pilot. I'm sure you're a good pilot, Killer. I'm sure you're a good pilot. So... And I'm supposed to be like hosting a Genesis like circuit. I keep pushing that. So let me pin that on Twitch. And then we'll pin this on YouTube. So this is the May 8th tournament, and then let me figure out what is a good day for. Gosh, what's a good day for? How about this, chat? I will announce what day the tournament is for the one in June on the same day as the May 8th tournament. So, immediately following the conclusion of the San Salie 3rd Anniversary tournament, y'all will find out when the next San Salie Build-A-Deck tournament goes on. I'm not sure. I should have checked their... we can't check their list because this is dual side. So, I can't say. I don't know if, like... I don't know if the RB card is, like, real or they were just being silly, you know? It's hard to say. So let me go ping everyone in the Discord. Y'all are going to get 3 pings from me today. So everyone joining, do make sure you read the rules. Now let me get the Discord, let me get the Discord timestamps as well. Y'all can find all the information on the tournament on the Google link for the form for the sign up. Master Duel Legal Deck List. Best of 1 double email. So let me send out that ping. Y'all can figure out the form. Yeah, do read the rules. Do read the rules. Make sure you do read the rules. The rules are not hard. I just need to make sure you read them. I know reading is hard because we're called game players, but like, trust the process. Trust the process. Ping pong. Oh, hello, great. Yeah. So another thing to let people know about the tournament. So we're gonna wrap up this stream, and then I will see you in a couple hours for the latest stream. We're doing a double stream today. This stream was just to set up the tournament. Yeah, I can't read either. In fact, me not reading came up in a major, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. Where this is why I don't like using Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. This is why, like, the Genesis tournament setup is taking so long. I don't like using Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. Because the one time I used Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega, it bugged, and I physically could not read my cards mid-duel. It was like mid-live tournament. Luckily, it was a 3v3 tournament, so my teammates could, like, read the cards on the spectate and tell me what they did. But I'd never played Edison format at that point. I'd, like, never played anything, like, related to paper. I was trying to resolve Armory Arm onto the Colikin, and then I popped the Armory Arm because it was doing stuff to the Colikin. And then we had to pass on Dupe Frog Lock. Because I couldn't read my cards, and it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. Have I ever tried an Apples deck? I have not. Are floodgates okay in the tournament? Anything is legal as long as it is Master Duel legal. Y'all just have to live with the consequences of your actions if people want to judge you afterwards. A win is a win is a win. I respect any duelist on any strategy. Oh, I've never played Man either. So. So if y'all are interested in playing in a very free entry casual well, not casual, free entry mastered, potentially casual free Macedor tournament this Friday, winner gets a signed San Salie canvas print mailed to them. I will ship anywhere in the world, chat. Is Genesis coming to... If Genesis comes to Macedor, this makes the San Salie Genesis circuit so much easier to do. But I have issues with Yugioh Omega, okay? I have a vendetta against this program. It made me look toxic! It made me look toxic in front of Mr. Ray Dye because he thought... The team thought I was just doing Dupe Frog Lock and I was gonna, like, deck them out because they didn't have an answer to Dupe Frog Lock. And I was just sitting there with Rook. I'm like, Rook, what do we do? I have no more cards in my deck. Using a Dream Mirror deck? Apparently. Isn't this just, like, Castilla, Fiendsmith, like, slop? Isn't this like a Fiend slop deck? Is that even a deck? Yeah, Fiend slop make, like... I have no idea. I don't know what the purpose of this deck is. Just know that this is some kind of Fiendsmith, like, pile Castilla slop deck. They make Highway King Caesar, that's all you need to know. Been there, done that. Slop pile attack. Slop pile. Shipping anywhere, the prize for the Macedor tournament, I'll ship anywhere. So it's free to enter, and y'all get shipped the prize. So if you want to do the San Salie celebratory tournament, so, you bring your decks, maybe your favorite deck, maybe your best deck. It depends on how bad you want the San Salie Sign Canvas poster. And then we will announce the secondary tournament the day of. So how the second tournament works, this one's happening next month, is every now and then I used to have a game on Twitch called Build a Deck, where if you saved up enough channel points, you could have me build a deck of your choice in Yugioh Macedor. The problem with that is now that I dual stream to YouTube, there's no way for people on YouTube to collect Twitch channel points, so it feels very unfair to the YouTube audience. That they're unable to get me to build a deck of their choice. So the compromise is that I host a Macedor tournament, where the winning deck list I build card for card in Yugioh Macedor. So the concept is, if you really wanted me to play a deck of your choice, you can't just scum the tournament with meta and then pick any deck you want. You have to pilot it and win it yourself. So clearly, if y'all wanted me to play something like Heroes, you gotta win the entire tournament on Heroes. So it is a challenge to duelists passionate about their decks. And no repeat winners. You have the same deck as Duelist B. Is this just a slop mirror match? Is this Fiend slop mirror match, chat? What kind of sick, twisted world do we live in? Ah, you put Unchained. Unchained, honestly, very popular in Fiends. You don't want to cry because your opponent has ass Vela or Impun. As a role player, I feel that. I feel that. You still can't remember. You gotta narrow down what deck to go for. You have a month, Killer. You have a month, potentially longer than a month, to figure it out. So hop on Yugioh Master and start collecting your daily login gems. And maybe do your, like, missions. There's a lot of good duelists in the community. There's also a lot of passionate duelists. I'd say a lot of decks would give you one for your own. We have a lot of Big Heroes fans. Some Mikanko fans. We have a handful of people who play Blue Eyes. I have opinions on that, but you know, it's fine. Oh, it's the same day as the release is Blazing Dominion. Oh, man. Good thing we play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I suppose sorry to those of y'all who play the TCG and have a pre-release that day. Fiend Swap is necessary. Like, okay, I will say that, like, Fiend Pile. I know everyone calls it Slop now instead of Pile. I don't think of all the Pile decks that the Fiend is the most egregious one. The Pile decks that I dislike the most are the like, every couple of months, there's a new Telements insert, like, random BS, like, deck list that comes out where they're like, look at me, I'm playing Telements, and I have the Horus engine, and I fit Snake Eyes Fiendsmith in here, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Let's distract people and say you'll play Pirelli. I think Pirelli is cute. In fact, we finally have Pirelli on paper. Actually, you know what, Kira? I don't know how to play paper, but like... Is that something you like want to do one of these days? It's like... I think you're more of like a video guy than a stream guy, so we could probably just like record a video. Like, just playing like really like mediocre decks on paper. Does anyone have an interest in watching the like most... the most mediocre matches of all time? You hate going against Tenpai. I think it's valid for people to dislike Tenpai. I will say, chat, I will say. Now that Cool Toon exists, do you still hate Tenpai? Ask yourself this, chat. Now that Cool Toon exists, do you still hate Tenpai? Think about your opinion. Do you still stand on business that you hate Tenpai when Cool Toon exists? Think about it, chat. Think about it. You still hate it, and you also hate Cool Toon. You're allowed to have that opinion. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I just seen some people online be like, you know, now that Cool Toon is the thing, maybe we were too harsh on Tenpai. I think if you're a generational hater, that's fine. You're allowed to stand on business. I think it's equally funny for the people who are like, you know what, maybe Tenpai really wasn't. From my perspective, I felt like Tenpai was like... I know people felt like Tenpai was a problem. I felt like Tenpai like really like slotted in the same slot as like Sky Strikers. So like sure, the deck could be like kind of annoying, but like you could reasonably have outs to the deck. It's not like Tenpai won every single deal. You just need to have like the proper outs for it. Which, like, sure, maybe it is a little bit hard to deal with single summoning in the, like, battle phase and being unaffected in the main phase, but, like... I don't know, just out the field spell, clearly. Clearly just out the field spell, surely. Like, I think now with the limits, Tenpai is in, like, a very reasonable spot. I will say the consistency on it, like, pre-hits was probably too consistent for what the deck. I think where Tenpai sits now is like very fair, you know. If anything, you could give Tenpai a little bit more back, but I'm sure they'll do fine regardless. You want tank, you've got plenty of tank. Wow, he's really playing that. Both? What do you mean both, man? you hate both. I see. Half your decks are nostalgia bait. I think that's valid. Okay. We'll do like 2 more duel lives. We've set up the tournament. Y'all can sign up. If y'all don't know what you're playing, like, you can think about it. You don't even have to submit a deck list. Like, you technically don't have to tell me what you're playing. Like, we could just figure it out the day of. It's free entry. Y'all just have to figure out the times on it. If you want to show up, no pressure. If y'all want to hang out and watch the tournament, y'all welcome to show up. This is pretty last minute, so I think it's just going to be me casting. Though normally I try to pick up a co-caster, so depending on if we can grab a co-caster for the evening. Oh, Silva, thank you for the head. Many people are running Super Holly at locals. Ooh. The sea monster of Theseus cool 2 players. True. We did have that discussion with the, ironically, with the, with the Taylor King Salmon deck. How am I? Well, I'm not that short. I'm almost as tall as Josh Bean Soldier. That's actually pretty tall. Okay, chat? I'm almost as tall as Josh Bean Soldier. Clearly, that's decently sized. I won't be as tall as Giant Skyhawk, but, you know. I'm not that. I think as an Asian woman, I'm, like, of reasonable height. Look, Josh is like 5'6", okay? Is he 5'7"? Ah, shoot. Apologies in advance to Mr. Josh Bean Soldier. I hope I'm not slandering him by saying he's shorter than he actually is. Your opponent can't see your race... You race baiting the San Salie Field Center in Macedon. You're so right. They can't see that. That's very important. If I had the capacity to do remote duel tournaments, then you could race bait them with the San Salie Field Center. Which, like... I think at some point, chat, in the future, if, like, we grow as a channel, I would like to invest in, so Mr. MBT has, like, special, Field Center tokens he gives out to the winners of his tournament. I would like to do that one day. We're kind of a ways away from that, unfortunately. But it's something that I would like to do eventually. Good luck to all those participating. Don't worry, I will have another tournament in June. So for those of y'all who can't make it to this tournament, we will host another tournament in June. Rejoice, chat, that there were multiple options. We'll figure out the date of the tournament. You'll find out at the end of the week. Join the Discord for, like, more updates. We have done an ample yapping. You have work on the 8th. No problem. We will host another tournament in June, and it will be on a Saturday. I'll just have to put up schedule. No, we have a different plan for June 7th. We're hanging out with all of us that day. Can you join the Discord? Yeah, you can join the Discord. Wait a second. You're already in the Discord, you bozo. That's your birthday? Congratulations. Happy early birthday. No, chat. Y'all can look forward to an exciting collab stream with the of us. The of us. I don't know what we have some stuff planned, but I don't know if we want to say what the plans are yet. And join us for a day of yapping. I also think the same weekend we might be hanging out with Niv. So for those of our European friends and non-European friends who are familiar with Niv, I think we're also hanging out with Niv that weekend. very exciting weekend. Alright, I'm going to find a duelist to send y'all to. Not that we don't like hanging out, but I do gotta do some stuff before we do our second stream of the day. So, I'm gonna raid y'all into our horse, Yugioh. We love Yugioh here, chat. We love Yugioh in this house. So thank y'all for hanging out. I hope y'all have a nice rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. For those y'all who want to participate in the tournament, you can join for the tournament that's happening next month. Stay tuned for information or update. Thank you again for supporting the San Salie Field Center, chat. I appreciate it. I'm very honored that y'all want to support San Salie activity. So send Yugioh all my love. I'll catch y'all in a little bit if y'all want to make it to the second stream. If not, no pressure. We're dueling tonight. We're doing more dueling. So, send Yugioh all my love. I'll see y'all when I see you. Join the tournament if you want. Support San Salie activities anytime if you're interested. Field Center pre-orders will be extended for a little bit longer for people who want to still get in on it. See y'all in a little bit. But if I don't see you, I hope you'll have a nice rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Do take care of yourselves. And just remember that you're all in my thoughts. The one dog. And Raid. Thank you for coming out, Twitch. Thank you for coming out, you.